Hello everyone, welcome to Pokédex, the channel where I build decks for the Pokemon trading card game. Today we have another deck featuring a new card from Roaring Skies, and it's the Stage 2 Dragonite with a Max Wind ability, which reads, when you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may heal all damage from one of your Pokemon. So, it's a little bit confusing, but this basically means that when you put Dragonite down, you get to heal all the damage off of the Pokemon. It's kind of like a Max Potion, but you don't really have to discard the energy like you do with a Max Potion. So Dragonite is a stage 2, so it's a little bit clunky. So what kind of deck are we going to play it in? Well, if you guys remember Rober Davies Groudon-Wailord Dusknoir list, I basically picked that same list as the base for this deck, and I switched the Dusknoir line for the Dragonite line. So for those of you that don't know what that deck does in the first place, well, I'm going to be posting the link to myself playing that deck in the description below, and I'm also going to post a link to Rober Davies' interview on Team Fish Knuckles' channel, but I'm going to explain that pretty quickly here. So you basically want to build a big Primal Groudon-Ex on the bench with a 4 energy on it, just so that you can Gaia Volcano every single turn and knock out every one of your opponent's Pokemon. In order to do that, you will use Wailord EX as a wall, because it has 250 HP, and then when the opponent deals damage to your Primal Groudon, in order for you to make sure that it does not kill it, we have the Focus Session here, which means no one-hit knockouts, and then we usually have the Dusknoirs in there, the one that from Flashfire that could soak up damage, so that every time Primal Groudon took damage from an attack from the opponent, we would move the damage to the Dusknoir and get rid of it that way. And then later we could even use Max Potions on the Dusknoir, because they never had any energy on themselves. So it didn't even matter. We never discarded energy from the Dusknoirs, we got rid of all the damage, so we could actually soak some more damage the following turn. That's how the deck works. I'm just replacing the Dusknoir line with this Dragonite line. There's some advantages and disadvantages to that, so Dusknoir, you could actually use, you could just play it down and then just start moving the energy around. If your Primal Groudon, for example, had a couple of damage counters from putting in Rainbow Energy down, you could just drop the Dusknoir and just move the damage around straight away. With Dragonite, we don't really have that option, because when we put this guy down, we will be healing the whole bunch of damage, so we want to save it and only play them to heal as much damage as we can. But on the other hand, Dragonite, you don't really need a Max Potion, so it's extra space in the deck, and then you actually can do this under item lock, so you don't really need the potion. So Seismitoad X, I think this is a little bit better against the Seismitoad X. So it's up for you guys to tell me what you think about this. I actually think it's pretty fun and pretty good, and it fits pretty well in this deck, Dragonite, and may actually be better than Dusknoir. So, as I said, I did some changes to this deck, mostly from the space that I got off of the not playing the Max Potions. So I'm playing one Dene, because if you listen to Rober Davies' interview, which, as I said, there's a link in the description, he actually says that he kind of wanted to play the Dene in there, because there's sometimes when the opponent is playing an Yveltal Seismitoad deck, and they just item lock you really early, and you cannot play the Focus Sash, because it's an item, and after you kill the Seismitoad, they have a giant Yveltal on the bench, and then they just get rid of your Primal Groudon EX in one hit. So if we have a Dedenne in the bench, they probably won't be doing that, because we can just use the Dedenne and kill them in one hit with our energy short. So that's what the Dedenne is here for. I cut the Mr. Mime, as I don't think the bench damage is that rampant as it is. Maybe the Mega Latias EX that changes, but right now, I feel really good about cutting the Mr. Mime and adding the Dedenne in here. So that's it for the Pokemon. I have one AZ. I feel it's pretty cool because it helps us reuse our Dragonites, and we can also get the AZ back with the VS Seekers. And it also helps us get retreat from a Wailord, for example. If we have a Wailord in the active position, we can actually, if we have a Wailord with damage on, we can actually play the second one on the bench, and then just AZ from one Wailord to the other, and we just get rid of all the damage counters if we end up needing some extra time to build up our dude on the bench. I think that's pretty good. And as I said, there was only 2 VS Seekers in the deck, and I added an extra one, so it's not only a potion of sorts with AZ, but it's also another supporter that draws us cards, so it actually increases the consistency of the deck. I'm really happy with 3 VS Seekers. And then I added 2 energy, so there's an extra rainbow energy in here, because well, we just want to draw into the energies as much as we can. Any turn that we get to play an energy is a good turn most of the time, so I just added an extra rainbow and also an extra plasma. If you guys remember, the original deck played plasma energies against the Risen Genesect. The theory was, well, if you have a Silent Lab down, they cannot red signal your dudes. So most Virizion Genesect decks, or not most, but some, are using a Plasma Frigate to trump the Silent Lab. But as they play the Plasma Frigate, they suddenly, if your Pokemon has a Plasma energy attached to it, it suddenly loses the weakness. So having a Primal Groudon-Ex with no weakness against the Virizion is not that scary, actually. So I'm playing once again to draw into them more often, but I know we cannot play 2 Plasma Energies on the Primal Groudon because the last energy of Volcano is a colorless one, but all the other 3 are fighting. So let's just play this deck. Let's see how this goes. The rest of the deck is pretty much the original list. This deck does take some time to play out its game, so maybe this video is going to be a little bit longer. I hope not too long. Okay, we're playing against not Psychic, Lightning, and Water, and there's also a Steel type in there, but I guess it's just for Jirachi. So maybe it's a Manectric Toad deck. It's kinda lame. So right now I'm thinking, let's see what the opponent starts with before we start thinking. Is it Seismitoad? Yeah, it is Seismitoad. Okay, so what I want to do here, because we have a first turn without item lock, I want to play the Karina. Okay, so the opponent ends us. It's still the same. I'm going to play the Karina. I'm going to find the second Groudon, and I'm going to find the tool to put on that Groudon. And then the following turn... Okay, so let's see here. I want to play the Karina. I think it's the best supporter. Okay, we have a Groudon and a Primal one. So let's just get the Focus Sash. And I'll put this dude down with the Focus Sash on. Put this energy here. And then next turn I can actually play the Karina and grab the Primal. Or I actually can just Sycamore and hope we get there. Yeah, I feel that's okay. So I'm just going for a Dratini and just start building our bench. Alright, so having a Wailord would be good because we could heal it with a Stadium, but I don't think... I mean, we started with the Groudon-Ex, so I think that's going to be our wall of choice. It only has 180 HP, but it's potentially going to be enough. Let's see. Let's see here. Hopefully we can actually build the Dratinis. We have a lot of supporters. We have a lot of Colress, and the Colresses are all active at this point. And by active I mean we wouldn't really mind drawing into them, because right now we have a lot of... both our benches combined amount to a lot of damage. So okay, so our opponent is indeed going to item lock. He used the switch for his Mega Manectric because it retreats for free. So if he did not find the energy, I guess. So there's a Sycamore. And okay, I have to pass the turn. So next turn I can actually evolve. We are failing to find the Dratinis and the Dragonairs, but oh well. I don't think our opponent has any way of killing our Groudon in one hit, so that's pretty good. He's also taking some time to kill this thing, so let's just put this thing down. And let's just get the big guy, I guess. Can also get an item that we can potentially discard, so I think I'm just going for an Ultra Ball. Okay, let's just evolve and pass the turn. Okay. Can't wait to play one of these Colress next turn. Unless our opponent plays an... Okay, did not play the energy on the Seismitoad, so it's not going to kill our Groudon this turn. Quite happy about that. Actually wouldn't mind going for the Throat here, because if we actually got the AZ, I think we already... Yeah, it's on the discard now, so I could actually get rid of this Groudon and just start attacking with the second one if we drew the energy, but... Alright, let's just put this thing down. I don't think that the Van is where we want to be, so, and I don't think I want to play the Wailord. Or maybe I do, because we get rid of it and it's an extra card that we draw, so let's just play the Colress. Okay, we have Dragonite, that's pretty good. The second one is going to play also next turn, so we are finally going somewhere. And I'm also going to N, which I feel is pretty decent. There's an Ultra Ball, potentially for another Mega Manectric. Yep. Does my opponent have the Spirit Link? Oh, he's going to get it with a Scala, okay. So there's another Mega Manectric. I'm not really scared of them, because we have 2 strong energy, so that means we don't even need the Stadium for the Mega Manectric. I'm just glad we have the Seismitoad. We're going to kill the Seismitoad as the first Pokemon. Okay, so let's go for this. And because my opponent does not have any way to kill us in one hit, I'm not even going to... I think I am going to N. Yeah, that feels great to N here. I'm just going to put this thing down, yeah. An extra Dratini, that's pretty cool. Can actually use this Stadium before, just to heal that the 10 damage. And Gaia Volcano, bam, 240. Now I just need Dragonites, which we managed to find one. So that's pretty good. The opponent is going to deal a lot of damage to us, but hopefully we can heal. There's an N, I don't like that at all, but at the same time we're not item locked anymore, so I can actually use an Ultra Ball and get rid of all the damage. For sure, 100%, so... That is indeed cool, and we don't even need the Stadium here. We can just deal 140 times 2, so... Or actually it's 10 extra damage. Wow, I drew the Ultra Ball myself, so I can actually just get the dragon. Put it down. Yes, I want to heal all the damage from my Pokemon, and I want to Colress as well, because we might as well. And I put this thing down also, and then just bam, Gaia Volcano. 320. Yeah, I don't really know what my opponent can do here. Well, I can deal 120 damage next turn, but we will heal that damage off again, so... Yeah. Oh, there's a Lysander for a Dragonair, which my opponent is getting rid of. But he shouldn't have used the Mega Manectric, man. I'm just going to kill you now. Yeah, I don't really know what my opponent was going for, but can't say I agree with that. Yeah, I just win here. Okay, well, I'll take it. Gaia Volcano, bam. 320 damage, and it's a victory for us. Actually, this was not the longest game, so I'm quite happy with that. And we get the daily challenge a little bit further. Alright, that's the deck. I really think the Dragonites fit this deck nicely. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Are these Dragonites better than the Dusknoir line? Is the space that we open in the deck relevant? Is not playing Max Potions relevant? Because I think it is. I really think it is. Yeah, tell me what you guys think. Until next time, bye.